$3,000 a day jumbo job as seen in the West Australian. Hi, I'm Andrew and I'm here from Underground Training, and recently we got mentioned in an article from the West Australian. I got a phone call a couple of weeks ago from a journalist asking about jumbo operators and how much they made and if I would like to be part of the article, which I said yes. So just to be clear, this is a real article that's been sourced properly. This isn't something from Yahoo Finance that uses a utility operator that's driven a bus for 15 years as their primary source of mining information. This guy's actually gone and talked to the companies and the people doing the jobs. So let's jump over and have a look at the article. So it's in the West Australian and it's all about how you can earn $20,000 a week on a fly-in fly-out job on an even time roster. So specialised blue-collar workers on West Australian mine sites are raking in more than experienced surgeons thanks to the gold mining boom. So gold's over $7,000 an ounce and everybody's having to put people on and train them up. So everybody's being pushed through. Red-eyed and sullen, Nathan trudges back to a block of dongers with his face and high-vis gear cracked in grit and dried sweat. A brief check of his bank account before he crashes for the night will soon cheer him up. 30-something Nathan, who requested anonymity to prevent salary envy from his colleagues and friends, is part of an elite tier of underground jumbo operators in WA's current gold rush, earning roughly $3,000 a shift. So lots of people don't want people to know how much they're making in mining because people get jealous, and you only have to jump over to the social media comments that are raging around this article that's been written, and it's only been released yesterday, to see that there's a lot of jealous people out there. That daily haul is comprised of a $1,700 base rate topped up by bonuses tied to each metre he advances the mining tunnel. So in last week's On the Crew, we talked about the bonus system and the meterage rate, about how the jumbo operators make the money. Nathan does this by manoeuvring a massive mechanical rig called a drilling jumbo to punch a grid of holes into solid rock face. Some holes are meant for a shot, while other holes are for the stitch, heavy-duty rock bolts installed by the jumbo operator that act as the mine skeleton system holding back the crushing weight of the world above. With big incentives on offer to get the job done as quickly as possible, jumbos like Nathan constantly walk a fine line in the subterranean dark between speed and safety. Blast holes drilled in the wrong spot could see hundreds of thousands of dollars of gold rendered worthless. Or worse, a poorly installed rock bolt could cause a mass casualty cave-in. It's a high-stakes role that requires years of on-the-job training but no university degree. So it's going to take you 5 to 10 years to get to a jumbo operator's job. When we're not in boom-like conditions, it's more like 10 years. When we're in boom-like conditions that we're in at the moment, it could take less than 10 years, and I've seen people get there in 5 in boom-like conditions. Jumbo pay, bad rep. Working underground has historically an extremely uncomfortable and dangerous proposition. Modern ventilation systems and safety protocols have improved conditions considerably, yet the bad reputation for going below ground has stuck around. Most people are still not keen for one reason or another to go underground, Nathan told the West Australian. Being a jumbo is tough and dirty work even in current times. Jumbos have pretty much always been on good coin, but it's gone to the next level. Pay has basically doubled in the past couple of years. Local mining companies eager to capitalise on record prices are vying for a shallow pool of jumbo operators, according to underground training consultant Andrew Knight. Not the best picture, but we'll deal with it anyway. When gold pushed through $3,000 an ounce in late 2023, the huge pay rises for underground jumbo started, and it hasn't stopped. So the first time that I worked with somebody that made over $2,000 a day on a jumbo was in 1996. So the money's gone up, and then it went back down a bit as we went through a bit of a downturn. Then it went back up again to around that 1,500 to 2,000 mark. And from 2022, 2023, it's been up around the $2,500 mark, and it's pushing higher now with the $7,000 an ounce gold price. I know a few of the top guys on more than 500 or 600K at the moment, getting a minimum of 3K per shift. Most jumbo operators work even time rosters, so with annual leave that means they only work 23 weeks a year for the 500 plus pay. We've on the channel done a few of the posts with Redpath that are looking for a jumbo operator overseas, offering $410,000 a year from it. And we got a number of jumbo operators working here in WA respond to that post with saying, why would I want to go to Indonesia for $400,000 a year when I can make more than that here in Perth, flying in and out of Perth in WA mines? In comparison, a 9th-year emergency surgeon in a public Perth hospital has an annual salary of about $485,000 a year according to the Australian Medical Association latest industry agreement. A spokesman for Barminco, a prominent underground mining contractor, so he's gone and sourced from the people that do the employing, said the $3,000 a shift figure applies to a very small number of highly specialised jumbo operators and was not the typical rate across the broader market yet. So they know it's coming because everybody's got to recruit from the same small pool of people, and the better operators get paid more money. Most of the jumbo operators are making $2,500 a day. Again, one of the posts that we put up, there was a comment from the jumbo operator that basically said, if you're not making $2,500 a day, you probably shouldn't be in it. And that's the way, that a lot of people on jumbos feel at the moment. So just to let you know that, there is a high amount of work around for the extremely specialised people, and the money's not just going up for the jumbo operators, it's going up for everybody. So an entry-level person was making probably about $320 a shift a few years ago, and now, as you're going to see in this next bit, an entry-level person can start on about $540 a day. So getting to the jumbo summit takes at least 5 years climbing up the ladder. So 5 to 10 years, if not more. Most start their career driving mining trucks or fetching supplies for operators. The latter role is commonly colloquially in the industry known as the nipper. At Underground Training, we specialise in training people so they can get a job as an entry-level nipper or truckie. One of them just started on a truck for $540 per shift. So shout out to Brandon, who just got himself a job with Burncut on a truck. He's starting on 2-1 on $540 a day. Well done, mate. More and more gold and base metal mines are going underground as the open pits become exhausted, so the demand for jumbos is only going to grow. And with gold cracking $7,000 an ounce, the mine operators are still laughing even if they have to pay $3,500 a shift for a jumbo. There's lots of money there to make the salary increases. So when the salaries went up to $2,500 to $3,000 a day for a jumbo, the gold price would have been between $4,000 and $6,000 an ounce. So there's lots of profit there to pay people more money. So the journalist has also gone to the Minerals and Energy Chief Executive, said in a wide range of specialised mining jobs, including underground jumbo operators, remaining at near historic highs. One of the biggest benefits of a strong resources sector is that West Australians with no more than a driver's licence and a positive attitude can walk into entry-level roles paying 6 figures. And the wages only increase as the skills and the experience grow, he said. Vacancies for a wide range of resources jobs, including operators, drillers and shop firers, are near historic highs. So everybody needs everything all the way along. So it's not just the entry-level jobs that are in high demand, it's also all the experienced jobs. They don't have enough experienced people, so they're going to have to push people through over the next couple of years. So it's a great time to get into the industry. So while minted gold producers can easily absorb jumbo rates, miners of lower margin commodities are feeling the heat. Lithium nickel operators would very much be struggling to compete at the moment, and they are. Surging jumbo salaries could be another nail in the coffin for WA's ailing nickel industry. BHP, Nickel West Cliffs and Savannahs are all underground nickel mines currently in care and maintenance. On the lithium front, industry insiders pointed to Liontown, one of Australia's first underground lithium mining operations, as potentially the most vulnerable company. But Liontown's flagship Catherine Valley operations near Leinster is not struggling to attract jumbo operators on reasonable base rates, according to Chief Operation Officer Ryan Hare. So there's still people getting around. Jumbo operators have the luxury of choosing where they work and gravitate towards mines with the best ground conditions because this is usually a productive component to their pay structure. The ground conditions at Catherine Valley are among the most competent in Australia mining, and as a result we haven't had any difficulty attracting experienced operators. So that's the article. There's lots of jobs around. If you type underground into Seek, you'll see all the jobs come up. There's lots there. Everybody's looking for people. Barminco are looking for entry-level people here, as you can see. There's lots of work around. If you want to get in, the easiest way in is to learn the language, culture and systems of work. That's the way we help people get in. All the employers spend 100 hours teaching you how to drive their truck their way. Nobody really struggles at that. What everybody really struggles with is learning enough about how the mine works so that they can be left alone by themselves to get on with the job. So if you're trying to get into the industry, check out the training at undergroundtraining.com.au. If you want to have a read of the article, it's a good article. It goes into how jumbo operators make money, and this isn't something that's just happened overnight. Like I said, the money started to go up in 2022, 2023, and it's only going up even more with the really high gold price. So if you're trying to get into the industry, check out the training at undergroundtraining.com.au, or if you want to talk to somebody that knows how the industry works, the phone number's at the end of the video.